Hello, it is a day, and I just want to start out by saying to Brittany, regarding the video that you uploaded today, you said in the description that there were spoilers for anyone who hadn't seen a certain series of Doctor Who, and as someone who has seen not that series, in fact, none of it, I can tell you there were no spoilers, but it was very odd to watch this video, and kind of confusing, and you repeating you have to go back just made me think of Lost.
We have to go back!
In a way that was kind of hilarious, in a way that I'm sure you did not intend. Anyway, so that's just what I have to say about that. Now on to the real video, which I've been meaning to make for quite a few weeks, and I'm afraid that I'm gonna come off sounding like a big fat jerk. Hopefully I will avoid that, but if not, I apologize to anyone who, I'm sorry. This video is about reviewing books on YouTube, or Tumblr, or any blog that you might have. So I am a graduated English major. I had a degree in English. I'm now in graduate school studying how to write. And so books are clearly very important to me. Not as important as TV sometimes, but I'm trying to work on that, okay? It's a problem, I know. So, I'm intrigued, and I watch some people on YouTube who review books, and a lot of them are good at book reviews. But there's also a lot of this. The feels! All of the feels! Oh, I just love this book. Just love it. Oh, I can't even, explain with words. It's just... And that's a legitimate response. I get that. What it isn't is a review of a book. And so I just want to say, for people who have all of the feels when you're reading, that's great. But if you want me to read that book, I would like to know why. What gave you these emotions? What about it struck you? And this is not a rant about internet speak. Because that could just go on forever. I mean, I understand people, using this sort of Tumblr talk, but it's books deserve better than that, I think. I don't think books deserve to just be, praised in a sentence and then just walk away. There should be more to it than that. And if it's as good a book as you think it is, then there should be legitimate reasons why. And I want to know what those reasons are. So please, next time you're reviewing a book, tell me what made you think about that. What made you feel those things? Why should I care that you loved it? That's me. I don't know. I'm sure a lot of people love those kinds of people who are just really, personable and outgoing and they have all the feels. That's cool. That's just not what I want to see. And if you're putting yourself out there as someone who reads a lot, who is a book reviewer or an expert or whatever, then I want to know some concrete thoughts about the book and why I should invest a lot of time, because books take time to read if you're doing it correctly. Why? Of course, not all books take forever, and I think a lot of times these people will be like, oh, this is what I read this month, and it's 50 books, and people are like, oh, how'd you do that? Well, it's easy to do that when you're reading, YA, or you're reading quickly, or you're not really letting it soak in. I do that all the time. I usually just read just to get it over with, to get it off of my I haven't read this list. And that's not good. You should read things in depth. You should take your time. I mean, if you're a fast reader and you're just a legitimately fast reader, okay, great. But I'm not, and if you can get all the information and still read quickly, and all the subtext and all the image, the symbolism and all that, cool. I'm down. But, I'm sort of tired, and this is a sort of side thing. I don't want to see these top 10 books of the year or the month, and it's all just oh, it's the new John Green book and 19 other YA books. That's cool. I don't have anything against YA. I read a lot of that, or I have read a lot of that. But there's other books out there. And I don't think you should just like pick up something like, I mean, like I'm reading the Brothers Karamazov right now. It's not like riveting, which is why I've been stuck on like 180 pages for a couple weeks. But you should be reading that stuff as well as the newest YA dystopian novel. Maybe I sound like an old, like out of touch person, but that's just like a personal opinion that I have. I don't think you shouldn't like when you're making your list of like top 10 or whatever, or like top whatever, there shouldn't be like sections, and one of them should not be apocalyptic, because that's just, I don't know, that's just me. I don't, that stuff, you read it and it's a cool story and then you move on. That's what those are. Hunger Games, you read it, you move on. Harry Potter, I'm gonna say it, you read it, you keep going with your life. I don't know. That's me. And it's not that those books are bad, they're really good books, but there's a lot more to the world than the Hunger Games and Harry Potter and Stephanie Meyer. Sorry. There, I said it. I'm sure no one's ever gonna see this, so whatever. But this is just things I've been thinking about recently. Um, and I guess I should put my money where my mouth is and do like my own reviews of like real books. Who has time for that, right? Not this guy. But I mean, if I ever do finish, books, I might put some reviews up. We'll see. It's just gonna, take a while for me to formulate my thoughts. Um, and just so you guys don't think I'm like all hoity-toity, let me show you this gem of a book. This is the last Wheel of Time book, and I got it whenever it came out. I still haven't read it yet. You can see I'm still in the prologue. But this is one of my favorite book series because I've been reading it since middle school, and I'm really excited about reading this. And it's just as important to me as Brothers Karamazov, just in a different way. So this is, I read this kind of stuff too. I don't know if that gives me any credibility, but whatever. That was my rant for the day. I don't feel great about all of what I've said, but I feel like it's something that I wanted to say, so I've said it now. If you're a booktuber, that's booktuber, I keep doing what you're doing. I think it's great. I'm glad that people are reading, even if I'm as a snob. It's not what I would prefer. Whatever. Don't listen to me. I don't. Who cares? Who cares? Read what you want to read. Review it however you want. Just maybe take a second and think about what you're doing before you turn on the camera with a book. Or don't. I don't know. It's your life. See you guys tomorrow.